that's not your laptop, is it? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she pulls out a second laptop. And I said, no, I had stolen his laptop.
No. Oh, no.
I had taken his laptop and took it to California. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Gin and Toxic.
And there were three.
There's three of us today.
Welcome, Emily.
Yes, Emily Bonani in the stew.
Introduce yourself, girl.
Yes. My name is Emily Bonani.
And that is all about
And
it.
that is all you need to know.
The icon she is.
No, seriously. Emily's one of our really... I mean, you're like one of our like really good friends, but also I was about to be like one of our really good like social media influencer friends, but I don't really know if I would like, I guess outside of that too, really good friend that just happens to be like a big TikToker too.
Yeah, you're my favorite person on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
We collectively haven't hung out enough, but I also feel like we will.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Like it's like
Precisely.
But we were also the type, like the night I met you, I was like locked. I was like, oh, I like this girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, I remember the night we met you, you told me some like story, I don't know, some guy you were seeing.
For sure.
You were like,
That
this
was
already
like-
checks
Oh,
out.
I know
Yeah.
exactly who.
We met you at like this bar, and immediately we were all just like yapping about like our boy issues,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful
Immediately.
start. Yeah,
No, and I can say I remember I was talking about someone I was like clinically obsessed with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, what a
It was so
time.
unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a time though.
I remember
It
I was
good.
at that little divey fucking bar in like literally in a dress that was like just as holy as this shirt. Like my ass was out that night. I don't even know where we were before that. I remember we were somewhere before that, and we were just like not dressed
I
for
was
the
actually
occasion.
talking about the birthday party. But what were you talking about?
No, we met at Blue and Gold
blue and gold.
Right.
the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
We showed up there after something.
Yeah.
I think it may
Oh!
have been Fashion Week.
Yes, we were supposed to go to that to that Isaac Likes Fashion Week party.
Yes.
Fuck that.
And we ended up like just
Sorry.
getting out
I
of
mean,
the
I'm
line.
sure it was so fun.
Yeah, I like you. Anyway, so I'm like dropping his word, but no, we were supposed to go to that, and we like waited in the line for like 10 minutes.
Not even.
and we were like,
The line was like crazy because I think we were too.
yeah, and
That's
then
how we ended
like,
up there. We were
I was like,
supposed
oh,
to
we're
go
on
there.
the list. We'll get it. No, there was a
No.
line.
Yeah,
I
everyone was on the
hate
list.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't take any part in New York Fashion Week this season, and I'm
No.
ecstatic about it.
Oh my god,
I
me
didn't go to a
neither.
single event.
Me
I
neither.
went to the pink. Oh God. Oh, I went to like a bar opening.
Okay, no,
Down the
that's
street.
great. That's
Yeah.
that checks out.
Yeah.
Like I would do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
didn't go
I
to,
had
like,
no
anything else.
interest in anything else though.
I feel like I didn't really like see much about Fashion Week this
No.
year. I feel like it was not. I don't know, but yeah, no, we tried to go to that Fashion Week party. That was like a year and a half ago, I think, and yeah, we did not get in. We were like, we're not waiting in this line. We went to Blue and Gold,
Yes.
and then that's when we met you, and. Yeah, but I just remember the night that I met you, like we were at Blue and Gold, and I was in like a dress, and where my ass was like just out, like cheeked up. You could see it. It was like a sheer dress, and I remember just being like this is not the attire for this place. We met those weird Australian guys
oh my
that
God,
night.
I forgot about that.
I was single
Wait, you
as
were
of
hitting-
2 weeks.
You were
Yeah.
hitting on one of them, right? Weren't you trying to make something happen?
Yeah, and
At
then
first,
no,
yeah.
and then
it got weird
Our
for some
friend
reason.
Chris went up to one of them at the end because he was hitting on me the whole night.
Yeah.
And Chris goes up to him and was like, "Bro, we're leaving. Like, if you want to get her number," and he was like, "Nah, I feel like I'll see her again."
Yeah, some like weird.
I look at him, I go,
cryptic-
"Hey, so you probably fucking won't. What are the odds? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be at the same place at the same time ever. This is New York City. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh my God,
like,
that's the most like New York man thing I've ever heard.
No, exactly. It was.
he was
so
like, I'm
weird.
not worried. I'll see her again. I was like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
I think I did see him again though.
I think
Yeah,
you
at
did
one time.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was it? I remember.
I just remember being like, oh my fucking God, it's that guy. He was right. Like, I do remember that.
I kind of remember that too. I remember being like, "What the fuck?"
in East Village.
I think
somewhere.
Allie got the number of one of the guys.
Yes.
Too.
Well, because me
Yeah.
and Allie both love a man with an accent.
Yeah, same.
And
yeah.
hey, now so do you. So there you go.
Not now. I always have.
Always did.
Okay,
always
let me
did.
be
Always
clear.
did.
A man with an
Yeah.
accent. But yeah, no, I remember that night was just so fucking weird. And then yeah, I just remember ass out at Blue and Gold.
Ass out at
Australian
Blue and
man.
Gold.
Yeah, right.
Ass out at Blue and
Blue
Gold.
and
Out at
Gold.
Blue and
Like the
Gold.
shittiest
Yeah.
dive bar of all time. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I love
no.
it, but like not where you want your ass out.
No, you don't want
No,
your ass out. at Blue and
exactly.
Gold.
Yeah.
You know, I love an accent, but let me just say, I'm picky with Australians.
Really?
I'm not picky with Australians.
I'm
Well,
not picky with
because-
Australians. I'm picky with the British.
Well, the Australian men are like
feel
too
like some of them
sexy.
have-
Like they know it.
Oh yeah.
And that's such a big turn off for me. I don't like a douchey, like cocky
Yeah.
Australian
guy.
men are like rats. Like they're everywhere.
Yes.
Like, you'll always find an Australian man somewhere.
You
Like,
will always
I-
find one.
I'm so like every trip I've ever been on, I get an Australian boyfriend.
Who were
Yeah.
we? Oh, was it Dakota the other day in our chat? We had at Lily's party, which we'll get into, this like Valentine's Day party that she threw. Our friend Kieran, who does the Paparazzi
I know
Boys,
him.
was there. And our friend Dakota texted in our group chat just the other day, and he was like, who was that like sexy, tall Australian guy with the blonde hair or whatever? And we're like, oh my God, that was Kieran.
Yeah.
Yeah, love him.
I have to tell Emily about the guy that he brought. That was
yeah.
interesting lore. Anyway, I got hit on by the sexiest 38-year-old like millionaire. Like it was
Okay.
crazy. Like we like looked him up later in the night because like he said the company he owned. I'll tell you after. And I was like, what? It's like a huge company. And I
What
was
do you
like,
mean?
I was like, oh, hey, you
Wait, did
own
you get
it?
his
I didn't
number?
know. Yeah, Instagrams and like we'll see. But I'm like and scared. Like he's 38. Like it's kind of like
Yeah,
wait,
I don't
that's
believe in older
too
men.
big.
Yeah.
You don't believe in what? Older men?
as a concept.
Really?
She goes, yeah, I don't believe in.
I don't
older
think they
men."
exist.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about that.
But I'm also like, you're 38 and single, and like that scares me. And
no,
like you're really
exactly.
rich. Like
Yeah.
that's serious.
No,
but,
I don't. They're not to be trusted.
No, yeah, like something I was like, I don't trust you, but I want you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
if they're
like-
Yeah.
dive in.
Yeah, have a great
For
night.
sure.
Yeah.
Or have a great few months. Like,
Yeah.
take it on trips, you know?
That's
I
all
did
I'm
that.
asking for actually at this time is a situationship.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a 2-year relationship with a man 15 years older than me, and I was like on trips all the time. We had a great time.
Yeah.
He was so hot. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You know what? Give it to them.
No, and it was a great, I got to go on trips. Like, he was great. I have nothing bad to say about him.
Christina is the guy she's seeing brought this group of dudes, like this group of friends.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I thought I was told that one of them always gets with 19-year-olds.
No, that one.
Okay, so he wasn't there.
Wait, but they're 20.
That one wasn't
but they're
there.
young, right?
Okay,
20-year-olds.
so I found out the hard way because I looked because like
What did you say?
because one of them had the same name. It was confusing. Whatever.
Did he
So
really?
I look at these two boys. I go, "Oh, is that the guy that's always getting with the 20-year-olds?" They go, "No, he has like a 26-year-old girlfriend." I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh my
bad. It was so
God.
awkward. It was so
What?
awkward.
Wait,
Yeah.
I did
They had no
not
idea
know
who I was
this.
talking about
Oh,
either.
Wait, that's so fucking
Wait,
funny.
they thought it was one of them.
Yeah, I was like,
It was
"Oh."
like one of them, and they didn't want to.
Oh my
admit it.
God.
The
No.
panic on my I was like, oh, wrong, completely wrong group. Actually, sorry.
No,
fuck.
you know what it was is that Pumpkin brought like one of his best friends, and then that best friend brought these 3 guys. No idea who the fuck they were. Like, and neither Pumpkin like knew who they were, but he's like, yeah, I'm cool with them, but like, don't really know. It was like
Pumpkin
the
is
plus one brought a
obviously-
bunch of plus
yeah,
ones.
she's got it.
Yeah.
She's got it.
Oh yeah,
Picked
Pumpkin
up,
is the
yeah.
guy I'm seeing. Yes.
Just from seeing
But-
a picture of him, I'm like, that's fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
right. Pumpkin,
He looks
very
like
pumpkin.
He looks like Pumpkin. Yeah.
But yeah, no, but it was like funny. Oh my God, I should have clarified that to you, I guess. But that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, no,
that you
don't
thought
worry.
it
I
was-
went for it anyway. So
Oh my
no
God.
worries.
Should I lower this?
It's
up to you.
fine. It's up to you.
Whatever your comfort is, you could lower it and then
Okay.
like tilt it
Okay,
up if you want. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's figuring
Move
out.
it all around.
This is my first big mic.
yeah.
No, it's probably not, but it feels like it.
Yeah.
You were meant to podcast, Emily.
Yeah.
Truly.
How do you not have a podcast or something of the sort?
Well,
She
because
pretty
I'm
much does on
well because
TikTok.
I'm
Yeah.
because
You've got a microphone.
yeah. So why don't
because
we?
I'm just
why don't
delaying
we-
everything and like in my head too
Why
much
don't we
and
like
working.
Yeah. Why don't we like explain that a little bit? Tell the people like what you do, like with TikTok and like anything of that sort.
She's like, good question.
Right.
Like,
no.
do you
No,
like
I
consider
actually, no.
yourself a
Yes.
content creator? Like,
I need to
how
work
do
on this
you-
because I also like I was asked to be in a food photo shoot this week with like a bunch of like super talented people, and the imposter syndrome was like I literally was like, why am I?
Emily,
why,
you
know what
are
I
a
mean?
star.
You know what I mean? Okay, and
So
no. I
many
say
people
that
know
to say
you.
I like really need to work on this. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna pretend like I'm super confident.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Emily Bonani. Oh no, I make videos on the internet, and like I think I do comedy adjacent things, and I always like I've been doing it since 2021. But even before that, like I always studied art and like always like was performing in some way. Like I used to make sets and like would create like a performance for those sets. I studied like art in college and did like very very like traditional like what you would picture a performance art college piece to look like. I
Okay.
did that, and like so I danced my whole life, and
Where'd you go to school?
I was just gonna ask
University
that
of
too.
Florida.
Okay, right.
Oh, okay.
In Florida.
Known for their arts and culture.
Clearly.
But got a lot of inspiration from being a slut. And my freshman year, but I was 19. It's like statute of limitations. Like I think like if I slept with you when I was 19, like I didn't know.
It literally,
Yeah.
you're not even in my body count.
No,
now.
no, you're not in the
I
count.
couldn't agree more with that statement.
100%.
Actually.
No, actually, yeah, it's just like doesn't even.
No,
yeah.
it's so true.
No.
No, that really is.
If I slept with you when I was 19, I didn't.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't. And I think that they would agree.
Yeah, I didn't even go all the way up to
Because also,
22.
like, we
Right.
really didn't. Like, it was like, I think sex in college is not real.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
real.
It does.
I don't even
anything
like.
during and from before, if before.
Wait, what?
What?
Like when I like obviously
was
like
tough.
I lost my virginity like
Yeah.
at a younger age. Like that doesn't count.
No,
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
I like to think that, like,
We both go,
my
what?
wipe is, my slang is
Hello,
just,
I said anything from before college and during.
Oh, you meant college. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think I meant?
Nothing.
my
Anyways.
slate is just constantly wiped clean.
Yeah.
Right. I reset every year.
What's your body
yeah.
count? 6, babe.
Yeah, it
Oh yeah,
reset. at
that's
the beginning of the year.
Seven.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But
Lie,
no,
lie.
anyway. So I make videos on the internet, and I think it's comedy adjacent, like dating related adjacent, and then I like to do like fun projects around that as well. And I work in an ad agency where I write and direct ads for social media for a lot of really cool companies.
And you're so good at that as well.
Yeah, so that I do full time, and that definitely like takes most of my time right now. Yeah, but I'm trying to work harder at social media right now and like writing and like getting better at writing. And like you guys know, I have like projects that I like keep having on the back burner because I'm so scared to launch them. And yeah, but I'm trying to work harder at that. And yeah, I just like to make shit.
Yeah, and you're so talented. I mean, I keep getting sent the fucking ad. I didn't realize, damn, they are fucking pushing that ad, man.
I got
Wait, what
from my
ad?
I did,
job.
you know, I did that like UGC thing.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, that was through like she got me that. Like,
Oh,
through her.
really?
Yeah, so from my job, so
shit.
I'm like behind the camera for my job. For my
Okay.
job, I write, I concept ads and
Yeah.
write and direct
Okay.
them, but it's all digital. So like
Yeah.
I brought Lily in to do a video.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they gave me like a concept of like what to do, and
Yeah,
then she
yeah.
ended up like editing it and doing the voiceover. So, but it's funny when you like see the video. It's like me, like a day in my life.
Yeah.
but it's Emily's voice.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, so
It's like
people
a
keep
day in my
sending it to me.
Wait, where is this?
It
where
just
can I
comes
see
up like
this
you know when you're
ad?
going through like stories and then like randomly an ad comes up. Christina, I have had like 20 people from high school, like all these random people send it to me being like, this is you, but like this isn't your voice. And I'm like, yeah.
Wait, that is
Yeah.
so funny. I have not seen this
It's
ad.
Yeah.
part of our process is very like we don't really ask you to reshoot unless we really have to ask
Yeah.
you to reshoot.
Because
Yeah.
the footage was good. It was just long. and,
Yeah,
like,
but also they loved you, and
Yeah.
so it's easier for me to just do the voiceover.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was. It saved me
Yeah.
I was pumped when I saw it. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, she nailed this. Like,
Yeah.
That
I
is
didn't even
so
have to edit
funny.
it. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess there's like no way that anybody would know unless they know you guys.
Yeah,
We do that
exactly.
a lot. Like we like
yeah, which is like small percentage of people that are seeing that
Yeah,
ad.
of
obviously.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That ad popped off, man.
Oh no, it's great. It's a
Popped
great
off.
ad. I love
yeah.
advertising. Yeah. Marketing for life.
Love.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. We have
Love.
advertising and marketing degrees that we never used.
Yeah.
Me and
Oh,
Lily.
you both do?
Well, I
Yeah.
kind of use it at True.
Yeah, I guess you use it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
more than me. I
Yeah.
never used my
More than
FIT
you.
degree. Love.
I have a BFA in sculpture. Use all the time.
BFA in sculpture.
I know.
Of course. You are
Sculpture.
crafty.
What?
You're crafty.
Well,
Creative,
I mean, I would
crafty.
hope
You
so.
make
I have a
you
BFA
make
in
Kool-Aid
sculpture, bitch.
dresses. Your Kool-Aid dress, that was
Yeah,
crafty.
Oh,
My
yeah.
ideal, like I love visual art so much. Like I love getting like working with my hands so fucking much. My ideal would be to work way fucking harder at my videos, which I've said that so much this week. But and ideally be able to bring in more visual stuff. into
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I see
That's
you
like-
like
'cause I
doing
love vision- like,
really
I love making
cool
shit so much.
improv stuff with things that you've made.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
funny like costumes that you've made
Right.
and like funny
Totally.
I have a couple things that are that a little bit, like a couple of videos that do that a little bit, but like yeah.
Yeah. I want more of that from you. I would
Okay.
love
Well,
that.
totally.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you because you talked about projects that you've kind of put on the back burner that you like started, never like completed.
The bathroom one.
Yep.
That's exactly what I
Yep.
was gonna say.
Yep.
Okay, so
This
you guys
means I'm-
probably have seen on like our Instagram before or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I know you posted mine. Did you post?
I didn't
Lily's
post yours,
too?
no.
Yeah.
You posted a clip. We basically filmed. Emily created this series, like interviewing people, essentially in like bathrooms in New York City.
Interviewing
bars.
girls.
Yeah, interviewing. Yeah, like in the girls' bathroom.
It's like a girls' bathroom
Great,
moment, which
yeah.
I think is so genius.
So
It is, 'cause
genius.
everyone
And,
knows the girls' bathroom is the place to be.
Our clip is still getting. I still get notifications
Me
every day
too.
of people liking it. It got a lot of views. A lot of people like really resonated with it. What happened with that series?
Let's yell
What's
at
just
her.
going on? No, seriously.
This,
what's
no,
happening?
if this is in the
What's the
podcast,
update?
Okay, so I think I just like I keep getting too. I'll say why I am launching it so slowly. It's because I keep getting too in my head on what I want it to be, and I'm very
Okay.
like, oh, I don't want to just throw shit out. And like anytime I have thrown shit out, it's been kind of like someone like being like, just do, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just do it. Because I have so much film that is not posted. Like
Yeah.
I have with you, I have with 3 other people that like I have
Yeah.
film that's not posted. And I think like, I mean, it is like, it's like, I feel fine with, I mean, it's just the classic thing. And like, we can use this to talk about just like this concept as a whole, where you have something that like you care about so much that like the level of, I feel like all of my fear is just there. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm so afraid of like it not being something that I'm proud of. And so that being said, there's a project that I've cared about for so much and like for so long. And I think that also like, all right, in terms of writing and producing, I feel like making a video, just posting on the internet, and it's just me. That's easy. I could do that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I want this to be like the thing that like has more of a narrative. And I think that I needed to film with people and post some things to understand more of what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I filmed a lot, and I filmed different versions. I've filmed different things. I've edited a lot of stuff that I haven't posted. And I feel like in a way that helped me almost like understand more of what it is, like in a sketchbook way.
Yeah.
So I have written an intro episode to it that I really want to do.
the bathroom stuff.
Yes. That I'll
Okay.
tell you guys about after, and like I would like you guys to be in, but like an intro that kind of like holds the story together, because I do want it to be more of a story than like a quick little like pieces of advice.
Yeah.
Like quick videos of advice, because I feel like that already exists.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what I mean?
do you want it to be
So
like
that's
quick videos
why.
of like people's like of people's stories?
This is
Or
no,
is it
this is what
overall
I
message?
Yeah.
And maybe if we record over, maybe we don't put this in if it's not interesting to people, because I'm not sure it is. But this is what though I want the whole gist to be, and what I wrote it as now is I want like basically it's still me, like it's not like a narrative, and like it is still like me, and it's still a guest, but a little bit of a heightened character of
Yeah.
myself where I'm really trying to get advice, right?
Okay.
So the first episode is me with like a bunch of
see.
different girls, and like I'm trying to get advice, and it's kind of like panning from person to person, all representing different types of advice you get from people. So like the girl who's like, fuck men, right? There's the girl who's like, focus on yourself. There's a girl
Yeah.
who's like, who cares? Like, do whatever you want. Like the
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
that
yeah.
like,
Just
fuck
go
it,
for
have
it.
sex with him and his dad, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's like all these different people that like, I think when we're giving advice, we come from these different places.
Yeah.
So we have like, I have all these like different like characters that are just like saying these things that are based off of that.
Yeah.
And then from there, I go into the series of like going from bathroom to bathroom in New York
Yeah,
City,
yeah.
asking advice.
Emily,
Getting
that's
people,
so
Right. And then I want the
good.
advice to carry. So basically, let's say I had an episode with you. I would go from you, and then you would ask me advice
Yeah.
at the end. And then whatever you ask me, I'll ask Christina, who's my next guest, right? So it's kind of like
Yeah.
connecting all of that. Then at the end,
Genius.
I want it to be, I like I'm just saying this full. If anyone wants to, no, don't
Don't
do
steal.
Take
and
it.
I've told so many people at this point, it's so annoying. But and then at the end, I almost want it to be like it's fake, and I'm like we missed it. Hey, bless you.
Yeah, sorry.
hey, fucking bless you.
Elon and
I want it to be like we don't have a guest, and like I have to kind of run through the whole thing by myself, and kind of alluding to the fact that like I actually did know the answer the entire time.
Yeah, Emily.
So that's why I
so
haven't posted
good.
it yet, because like, and actually this is really nice that I'm talking to you guys about this, because I carry so much shame around it. Even like when I was around all these creators the other day, and like I can't wait to tell you guys what I did the other day. Like it was so fucking cool, and I truly was like, why am I in this room? And I think in any room there's someone that's like not as big as like other people, and I was that person, and like it felt, I was so grateful for it. And so, you know, you're all talking about what you do. And like, I felt that like, oh my God, I hate that I'm just talking about this thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just funny like that you feel that way though, Emily, because like I always feel that way in rooms as well. But to me, you're a huge creator and you like have such a big platform. So like I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like you deserve to be in that room,
It's
whatever
all-
room
yeah,
it was.
I know.
like-
I feel
You're
very grateful to
having-
be in that room. I think, but like, you know, it's more of quality. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to focus more on what I'm doing as a craft. And I think like you definitely get into like, okay, well, what's going to work?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bathroom video. That worked. I knew that was going to work. And also, a part of the reason why I think I moved into that bathroom, which maybe we should talk about that, is because of the bathroom show. Because I knew that it was like a great segue for me having a show about bathrooms.
Perfect segue to this apartment.
in a bathroom where the
Everything
sink was
happens
attached to
for
the
a
toilet.
reason.
No.
No, it seems like you have like a little bit of this is like, you know, from what you're explaining is like imposter syndrome, but more so too. Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No.
Okay. This kind of sounds like what you're going through a little bit, which is so weirdly, I've been talking about this so much recently. The Dunning-Kruger effect is essentially like the concept of the more you know, the less you know. It's essentially where you like start out at the bottom and then you gain like so much knowledge about something. You keep going up and up and you're like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm so cool. And I'm learning all these things and blah, blah, blah. And then as you're getting bigger, you realize how much you didn't previously know.
Yes.
So then it makes you have like the imposter syndrome where you're like, wait a minute. I thought I knew so much, but turns out I actually didn't know anything at all. So then you just keep going like, like up and down.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like you where it's like, oh, like you grew so much on social media and it's like this trajectory of like, oh my God, everything is so amazing. I'm growing. This is so sick. And now you're like, wait a minute, but I'm not as big as these other people. And then you go boo, like down again.
Right.
And then you kind of like second guess yourself. And,
yeah,
and does that sound like what
just
you're
to
going through a
clarify
little
that, just to clarify a little bit more, like, yes, but not being as big. I realize it's just being as good, right?
Yeah,
Because I
'cause
realize
your
that
videos are
I
more
don't care if I
spontaneous.
ever gain one more follower. I don't need to
Yeah.
gain one more follower my entire life. And that's not because I have a huge following, but it's because I do understand. And I think also like, the following doesn't matter. Like, even the opportunities don't matter. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like once you,
I know
even-
exactly what you
and
mean.
also,
Yeah.
especially once you end up getting in once you end up being around people that like you looked up to, whatever, you're like, okay, now it's more like it wasn't about me being around people that had more followers than me. It was about me being around people that I think are so talented, right?
Yeah.
So what that is I'm like, okay, I know, like, I just want to make sure that I prove to myself that I'm making things that I feel really good about.
Yeah.
And I don't always feel that way. So that's
Yeah.
more of what it is.
Well, yeah, it's definitely
like
more
making
of that
better
then.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously started at a place where you weren't doing that and now you're doing it. And obviously people were like seeing that and it was like amazing and you're enjoying it, they're enjoying it, everything. Yeah, and now you get put in a room of creators that are doing like these like big like cool things also. So then you start to be like, oh my God, wait, like am I, you know, that's where like the perfectionism starts to like slip in.
Yeah,
and
you're
you're like,
just
oh my
like-
God, and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, whatever. And you start really second guessing yourself and like not like trusting
Yeah.
yourself.
And a lot
Yeah,
of your
and I just wanna
viral
get
moments
better.
were so spontaneous too, like you just whipping out your phone.
Yeah.
or doing
I know.
which, but like you look at that like I'm not like writing and producing like, you know, the way other
Right.
people are, but at the same time other people can't. They don't have the wit to just take out their
Yeah.
phone and let a thought rip and have it get millions of
Yeah,
views.
something you might want to think about. Actually, I had like this kind of crisis with social media a while ago, and I ended up talking to my life coach about this because I kept telling her I felt like I wasn't like using my creativity to its fullest. And
Yes.
I was like really like kind of bugging out about it. But it was so weird because I kept saying that, but then I also kept backing it by being like, I don't know like what my creativity is. Like I don't know like how, like I feel like I'm not using it to my fullest, but like I don't know what that means for me. And she kind of put it into perspective similarly like the content that I put out and you put out and everything. She literally said like your creativity with your content lies in you. Like you are the creative source. Like
Yeah.
your creativity is the way you story tell and the way you like produce things, like just using your voice is your creative outlet.
Yeah.
Instead of rather like, you know, there's obviously content creators like, you know, our good friend Fabrizio who does like, you know, the Moody Foodie, does all the
That's
food
very
content
specific.
stuff. Yeah, where he has like all his stuff. Your content though, where your creative outlet comes from is just the way in which you tell your stories and the stories that you have, and that drives you forward. You know, so it's not necessarily something that's like tangible where like you got to spend like a million hours on your computer editing and curating and everything. The creativity just comes from you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but I could definitely see you being a writer and like getting
Yeah, that
more-
too.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
even I will say, like, there is a level of writing that goes into pretty much everything that has worked, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's worked that like I didn't kind of know that there was a line that was going to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like for and I also like I'm trying to just like stay in a class at all times and stay like even just journaling, right? That helps. Like I'm just like, all right, I just want to get better because it's fun. Also, you think about like being sustainable, right? And like I want to make sure that like I'm like I just want to get better because like once I kind of decided that I was in this for the long haul, it's like, all right, like how do I improve my craft?
Yeah.
Without saying that like I'm bad now. Like I don't want it to think like that. Like I am, what I have now is what, and I think you guys probably can relate to this. Like 3 years ago, I wanted so bad.
Yeah.
You know, like even just sitting here, like I'm like sitting here like with other people that like I met doing similar things with me. Like just something like that is like something I wanted so badly.
1,000%.
Totally.
That's a good way to put it, actually. I feel that.
So would you ideally like, what is your ideal plan? Like, would you like to do content full time?
I definitely would like to do content full time, mainly just because I think I feel the thing that I think a lot of people experience, where you feel like you're giving 50% to everything and 100% to nothing. And you know, we live in New York, and like, but at the same time, I really value having a full time job. Like, I was freelance until, and I'm aging myself by saying this, but this I think helps, especially with people who maybe are down on themselves when they're younger. I did not have a full time job till I was 28. So like before that, to be clear, like I didn't have parents' money, but like I had I had boyfriends. To be completely honest,
we respect it.
And I worked a lot. Let me be clear. I was a server and I was an experiential producer. So I would work for like really cool brands and produce like really interesting events.
Yeah.
Like I did a funeral for a tree. I did a it was a full funeral for a tree. So it was for a bidet company. So the whole bit was like, oh, we're saving water. So we're saving trees. So we're going to have a funeral for a tree. Matthew Morrison was the MC. And his wife played the wife for the tree. And we had trees in the front aisle. I had a New Orleans brass band come down and play like a Lorax song. It was at the Judson Church memorial service. I crushed it.
Oh my god,
I crushed it. It was so
funny.
Good. So
where can we see this?
I have to look it up. Look up "Funeral for a Tree" Tushy on TikTok, or not on TikTok, on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it might come up.
locking
I'll
that.
find it for you
So
guys for
funny.
sure. But yeah, so I was doing all that. So like I've always so I very intentionally like didn't want to get like a full-time job.
Yeah.
But I think I always knew I wanted to do something in performance. And like I probably always did want to do social media, and I always posted like I had a following. Like that's how I started doing TikTok, was because I would post on Instagram stories like I had a following. And I remember the day Instagram stories came out, I started making bits on stories in 2017. I was like, let's go. I was props.
the queen of Instagram stories in like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Like I'd get
That's
on
how we all
and do a speech on there.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
now I
love an Instagram
never talk on my
story.
Instagram stories, like ever. But yeah, that's so funny.
Instagram story is such a beautiful art. It is such a beautiful medium because it disappears. It's like you could build a whole story, you could build a whole narrative.
and it's like you had to be there. Like if you missed it, like you
Yeah,
had to be there.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You can people can interact.
Yeah.
People can respond in private.
Right.
That's so true. Emily.
It's such a wonderful stage. It's my favorite
love
stage.
I was posting so many funny, like great stories on Instagram stories, and he was like, I love this so much, and clearly you're getting the interactions. The only downside about it is that obviously if you're posting all these stories on Instagram stories, it's only the people that already follow you that's seeing it. You're not getting a new audience. And he would like yell at me all the time and be like, download your Instagram stories and re-upload them as reels. This shit's
It's
so
just-
funny,
That's
but
what
it's
they all-
not the
I know
same.
it's not the same.
Like, it's just
I'm the
not
manager
the
telling my
same.
models to do
do
that and
that.
stuff, and but in my head I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Well, you just
it's
have
like
to do
so
two separate
hypocritical.
things, because I think having something for Instagram stories is so special. Like I love having like a bit that I refer back to on Instagram stories.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
used to
favorite
have
thing.
well, it wasn't on my public story, but it was on my close friends, which you might have seen it. I think you were on my close friends by this point. I used to have a bit on my close friends Instagram story where I would find weird shit on Facebook Marketplace and like post like a few items a day.
Yeah, that
and
was good.
Like,
Why
it was a
is that
great
close
bit.
friends? Why is that not made?
I do not know. I do not know. I just like it just started as like a joke on close friends, and then it just stayed as a close friends bit, and the people loved it. My niche close friends.
I think that should be a main bit.
No, I know. I've thought about bringing it back. I used
used to, when I first moved to Williamsburg, also, I had a running thing on my Instagram stories where I would rank the best bacon, egg, and cheese in
love it.
Williamsburg. I would get one like every single day.
Yeah.
I
Like,
send Emily stories to you all the time.
oh, all the
all the
fucking
time.
time.
My stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Oh my
all
God.
the
Yeah,
time.
you
I'll be
post
like,
the
this made
funniest
my
shit.
day.
I love it
Yesterday,
so much.
she made her movers like touch the ceiling and like do a spin.
Hello?
See, I literally said to them, okay, guys, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And she like gave them choreo and was like 1,
They
2,
loved
3,
it.
4, spin 5, 6. 7. I was
Wait,
like,
did you move yesterday?
No,
no, but she posted it.
I
Oh,
posted yesterday. Yeah.
I know you sent Lily also sent me your post yesterday. I don't know if it was feed or if it was stories, but it was the Cottonelle PR package.
Oh,
and
yes.
You were just like ass out on the floor,
Yes,
like
that's the one. I
knees,
knew I just
ass
sent
fr-
you one.
That was so
and
fucking
I'll do
funny.
no context. I just sent her stories that I think are funny.
I think that's the first time I've ever put my ass on the internet because it's not my main feature. But
it's great.
It was great.
Yeah.
So
Wait, I was
Cottonelle-
gonna say I picked a different. You have when we were
I just
earlier,
showed her one of you on a surfboard. Like,
yeah, with your ass out, and you
Oh
look
my
so
God.
hot in it.
I know I do. I was really so COVID was really good for me.
yeah, no, COVID was a time.
COVID was great for a thirst trap.
I lost a lot of weight during COVID. Not like, but like I did. Like I had a massive glow up during COVID.
Period.
Yeah.
And like I think it was because I wasn't stressed out about feeling left out anymore. Honestly, like I know that sounds crazy.
no,
but
no
like,
sense of FOMO.
Yeah.
yeah, and I also like I was fully someone who like dipped out of New York, like proud of it.
Yeah.
Because my parents live in Florida, so like obviously I'm
Dude,
gonna go to
I
Florida.
would, I would have been in Florida so fucking quick during
so
COVID.
quick, so quick.
On
What
the
mask?
beach.
I know. I was
Fuck
just
it.
rollerblading and working out and doing a home body workout every day, and
Yeah.
I popped out of COVID a new
Hot.
bitch.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's how I met one of my
Hot and
boyfriends.
healed.
Literally, I used to work for him. And
Your hot ex or which one?
well, hold on. I have a
Your
couple
hot
of those.
ex?
I don't have a hot
But
ex.
there's one that's like he's
Extraordinarily hot. Okay.
I think my last two are extraordinarily hot.
iconic. I think it was your most recent one.
Let's not give him this.
Yeah, no, never mind. I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who they are.
Let's not
No,
give him.
I'll
this.
say no. Well, no, we
Right.
can give him this. No, I think my last ex is super hot, and I think my ex before him is also super hot. Yeah, I think both of my exes are really hot, and it's so great.
Well, obviously you dated them. Like,
No,
I
I've
would
dated people
imagine-
I don't think are super. I think we've all dated people we don't think
Yeah.
are super hot.
No,
that's true.
Like people that we know we could show our friends, and like they're gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
I want to
last.
know who said to you at the fucking Valentine's Day party about my ex.
I'm pretty sure it was Allie. I'm pretty fucking sure because I think she met him like once and she was
Allie
like, "What's up
deserves
with
a
that
shout
guy?"
out on this.
Yeah,
she
Allie,
probably
love
did
you
at
so
like some
much.
sort of party. That's so fucking funny.
That's so funny.
He was just-
Yeah, it was or Catherine. It might have been Catherine too.
Maybe.
Let's just call it was Allie.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Allie.
Anyways,
It was
continue.
so funny.
What was I saying?
You're glowing up during COVID and you met your hot
Oh,
ex.
and then my then one of them, he was like, "Hey, have I met you before?" And I was like, "I've worked for you for 3 years." And like on and off. It was like a gig thing. you
Hey,
know?
so
Crazy response.
Yeah, and then we dated for 2 years.
Okay, lovely.
And then I met my second ex, not my second ex, but then I met my most recent ex right after that, like right after that, and that went so well. And then I've been single for like a year and a half. No one asked, but
Well, yeah. We were gonna get into
I
that
was
anyway,
just
'cause
about
we-
to ask that though. How long have you been? When was your last relationship?
it ended. So I guess it's like a year and a half now.
Okay.
a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
I've been single, and that's the longest I've been single since I was like 23.
Okay. And obviously, I mean,
And
me
you've been doing
Lily
it
know.
right. You've been like single.
Yeah.
Like me and
Well,
you
what do you
very much
mean?
like focusing on yourself, like
Oh,
doing
yeah.
other, like focusing
Yeah.
on other
and
things.
just like,
I
having
haven't-
fun with it.
I haven't
Yeah.
been on like I did go on a third date recently, but that was my first third date
yeah,
since my ex.
I haven't been getting past the third.
Yeah.
So
Oh no,
Well, you
I
have
also
second
don't think
date
I'm getting
curse.
that. I don't think we're doing a fourth. So yeah.
All right. Well,
And-
what has in the past year and a half then? I know that you've had like plenty of dating stories, which we want to get into them. But like, what has? Love asking the question to people like, what has your dating experience been like in New York? Because people have such mixed things. Most of the people say it's shitty, some it's good, some it's like like overall.
So
What has it been like for you?
I actually try not to complain about dating in New York, and I actually
Yeah.
don't think dating in New York is bad.
Okay.
I was in a lot of relationships in my 20s, and so I definitely didn't, I didn't feel that issue.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like I was in relationships. And then since then, I will say I almost feel like I kind of am one of the problems. So like,
Okay.
that's a way to make it good. But I also just have not prioritized dating in the past year and a half. And like, even still, like I haven't been like on the hunt. Like I am ready for a relationship. Like I could do one, but I'm trying to just hang out. And like, if someone arrives, they arrive, right?
I'm hanging out.
Right. I'm just trying to hang out.
Just hanging.
Just trying to hang, man. But I don't think dating in New York is bad because one, I just try not to say that because I do very much believe that if I'm going to be complaining about dating, then I will not have a good dating life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
So I believe that.
I have my moments, but I overall try not to be one of those
everybody
people.
has their moments.
Of course.
I try
Me
not
too.
to be one of those like super negative, like about New York City dating specifically.
Right.
Because I was the same. I had boyfriend. Like I've lived here for
you've
7
had a lot of
years, and it's
boyfriends.
only been 1 year of like struggling a little.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, no. I also just think that like one, if dating's bad here, then where's it not going to be bad?
Yeah.
I think dating here is way better than LA. Not that I've really dated in LA, but just from what I hear, like I would much rather in New York. I think it's
100%.
easy to go on a date here. It's easy to go on a date.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
people definitely are less committal, but like at the end of the day, like anything, if you have a good attitude and you like do want a relationship, like I do believe you're going to get a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but I think that most people are not healed enough to really get one, and that's really where the complaining comes from.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people complaining are also doing shit that's like, yeah. But that being said, I haven't dated that much the past year, so
Yeah, same.
and I also my type is people who don't live here, so there's that.
Oh my god, me too. Me too.
A remote man.
Oh,
I also
I love
try
a
to
man
go
that's
in.
getting on a plane to
Yeah.
fly back to LA.
A
That's my
boat,
type.
a
Love-
plane,
boat,
you name
plane.
it.
Getting on a boat. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man is
boat.
on a boat.
I need a man on a boat.
Yeah, it's 0 out of 10 recommend. A plane's a little more convenient. The boat takes a long time to get around, so I would unfortunately notice it really takes a long time to get from point A to point B. Man, it really does.
So wait, what are you on the apps?
I am, yeah.
Which ones are you on?
I'm
What's
on
your
Hinge.
favorites?
I'm on Hinge. I honestly, I love Hinge. I've met so much of my trauma from Hinge.
Yeah.
But like
what do you say
makes
about
you who
Hinge
you are.
now? How like it's kind of ran through. Like you were the one that really. I mean,
Except for now, I can't. Well, I'm just too. Here's the thing. I'm too old for Hinge now. Not when I say that, I don't mean that I am too old for the app. I mean that I've been on Hinge in New York too long.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the other day,
Those
I got
repeat
a full.
offenders.
Hey Emily, you and Kyle should be. Kyle's my ex, right? It's not.
Oh,
Like,
I remember
Literally, like you and Kyle should be. 3 days later, hey, you and Sam should be the guy I dated before my like.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
just like, oh, and then
my friend's ex, like a guy.
literally
I
a guy.
fucked once.
My friend the other day was like, "Oh, I'm talking to this guy, Michael," and I look at Michael, dated him last year. I
Yeah.
was talking to this guy, let's call him Patrick. My friend called me the other day. Patrick just liked me on Hinge.
Yeah, perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
People don't realize how small New York is.
yeah, and
I
also,
People that
always
don't live
say,
here, they
like,
don't
the longer
realize.
you live here, the smaller it gets.
Yeah.
so that's why
Biggest city, but feels so small the longer
Yeah.
you're here.
yeah, and like so I'm on Hinge, but like, and I also don't like. I think like Hinge has worked for me. Like, I mean, depending
Yeah.
what worked means for you. Like, I've met great people on Hinge, but
Same.
like I am kind of trying not to be on there honestly because I also just like don't want to mix anymore. Like I don't want the situation where I'm like my friend's guy is liking me or like I don't know. It's like I kind of do feel like I'll meet people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll meet my person somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat where I'm not like, you know, there's some people that are so anti dating apps and they almost like talk
Yeah,
down.
I don't
and I'm
get
like,
it.
I'm like, okay, you're not like better than anyone because you're not on Hinge. Like, let's not be like that.
Yeah.
But I think that then there's the alternative. It's the person that's going on like 3 Hinge dates a
Right.
week. And like, you got to be in between. Like, I have it. I check it every once in a while. It's not really like my
Same.
thing, but like, I'm also
Yeah.
not against it.
Same.
Hey, going on a Hinge date tonight.
Really? I like.
I haven't in,
I'm
like,
going.
2
You know what I'm
months.
doing?
No, literally, like I will like go on Hinge and I'll go on it for like a day and then I'll put my profile on pause for like
Same.
3 weeks and then I'll unpause it for like 48 hours
Yeah.
and then I'll pause it again and then I'll unpause it or pause it again, whatever. That's literally the guy I'm talking to right now. I met him because I had my Hinge profile on pause for like 2 or 3 weeks, unpaused it for like maybe a day, and during that day we like matched, but I immediately paused it after because I was like, I don't know. But I also have absolutely nothing against Hinge. It's just kind of like, for me, it's always been a thing that like it's there if I want to like play on it and have a good time, and if I don't, then I'm gonna pause my profile and whatever.
Exactly.
No, the last guy I was talking to, we had met in person and then like didn't see each other for like 6 months, and then he like sent me a rose on Hinge. Oh,
Yes.
it's great for that. That
Yeah.
like for
Connecting with guys that you
reconnecting
actually,
people you've
Yeah.
met.
that
Connecting.
happens to me all the time on Hinge.
Yeah.
So speaking of Hinge and dating, whatever, like, do you have any like standout kind of crazy stories?
I think I've told it to Lily before, but I don't think I've told it to you. But like,
Okay.
you guys can just act. It's the best story.
Ooh, I'm
so
excited.
It's 2019. I just wrapped like this butt convention. I'm insane. Like, just
This what convention?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. I produced.
I also heard. Yeah, there's a butt convention.
I'm just wrapping a butt convention. Like,
I'm just wrapping the convention of us, and so I'm turning down the convention of us, and
What does
I did.
that
I made a
mean?
convention about butts. It was called ButtCon. It was a whole convention about butts. We did everything about butts. We did a workout class. We did butt pimples, important, injections. I made a glory hole wall.
Where was this?
It was like in Chelsea.
I told you she's crafty. She made a
crafty
glory hole.
bitch. Crafty. I made a glory hole wall. Okay, I
glory hole wall.
paid $2,000 for a glory hole wall, and they were like, Emily, this is not a good way to allocate funds. And I was like, it is though. This is why I'm not in this career anymore.
Yeah.
But it looked great. Look, Google ButtCon. Audience,
ButtCon.
Google ButtCon.
Watching Christina try to process, like,
This was my job.
I'm like, hey,
and I'm just like, yeah.
This was my
just like, yeah. Anyways, guys, the laptop story. I was wrapping up the butt convention.
Yeah, like,
wrapping the butt convention.
I so you go the what? I go. Oh, okay. So I did hear that, right?
Yeah, right. I'm wrapping the butt convention. My apartment floods with shit water. Love.
That's true. That did happen as well.
And
Shit water.
well, oh yeah. And so I am like
New
going
York
on a
shit
date. I
water.
remember like oh my God, I was so insane. I remember I literally lost my ID. So I was at the DMV DMing this guy on Hinge, and like we were gonna go on a date that night, and I was like waiting at the DMV. I just added that for like an extra layer of chaos to really show you guys.
Yeah.
So due to the fact that my apartment had flooded with poop water, which I didn't even talk about, but my apartment flooded with poop water while I was working on a butt convention,
Naturally.
as it does.
Yeah.
Method acting. I'm a method. I was a method acting. I was a method producer.
Method acting.
Yeah, I'm a method producer. So I'm going to LA for 2 weeks is the plan.
Yeah.
Get out. Because I tend to just go to LA when everything's
Yeah, you
stressful.
do.
And
You really
every
do.
time I regret it.
Yeah.
So next time I like threaten to go to LA, please someone be like,
Everyone
no.
stop her.
I'll be throwing a campaign
I've
or
done
something
this
in there.
multiple times.
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
Multiple. I do this like once every 2 years.
Yeah.
So
literally last summer.
last summer and the summer
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And also last summer was fine.
I was like, why are you leaving?
Well,
No,
I remember that. I remember because I thought you were still in LA, and then we saw you at Kelly's party, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I was
here?
contemplating moving there.
Yeah,
I was contemplating moving there.
Oh yeah, and I remember being like, no.
Yeah,
no,
I'm very
no.
glad I didn't. But
Yeah.
I would argue that last summer was the least chaotic going to LA situation
Yeah,
I've had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I kind of just was like, okay, like what am I doing? Like, am I gonna get an apartment? Before I got an apartment in New York, I wanted to just see if I wanted to live in LA.
Okay.
And that answer was no.
No, hard no.
But
Right.
yeah, the year before that, I flew to LA, went to the Vanderpump Rules party, and like called a man 5 times and yelled at him when
I
he
love that
wouldn't.
story.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Oh, love.
Okay, wait, we have to go back. I know. So
Back to the laptop.
Okay, so I am going to LA the next day. I decide what better way to prepare for a 2-week trip than going on a Hinge date when I'm not packed.
Right.
So I
Naturally.
yeah. So I go on this Hinge date. We have a great time. We get really drunk. I go home with the man, and we go home with the man, and I wake up at a nice like 4 a.m. Right, I have a flight at 7. To be clear, not packed. And I'm freaking out. I call an Uber, like from his house to my house to the airport. And I'm just deciding that I'm going to pack at my house. I'm a Sagittarius. And
This makes so much sense.
I have no,
This makes
I have no
so
earth in my
much
chart.
sense.
To be very clear, I don't have earth in my chart, if that like helps.
Perf.
Yeah.
But just like a
That's
lot
my
of
difference.
fire and like air.
I'm a Sagittarius, double Gemini, Scorpio.
No,
I know I like you.
Yeah.
I'm a double Gemini, and then
that makes sense.
No, not Cancer. Sorry, Capricorn Moon.
Lucky.
That's my mothering nature. Anyways, yeah, I could tell you're a lot of air and fire.
I can tell you a lot of
100%.
fucking air. Yeah, a lot of air and
Yeah.
fire.
A lot of air happening there. Yeah.
love.
So I go. Speaking of air and fire, I go to LA, and sorry, brilliant.
Wait a fucking sec.
That's good shit.
But
All right, no, wait, sorry. So I'm flying to LA. So we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the pub restaurant.
He's a Jehovah's Witness.
He's a Jehovah's.
teasing a hand with a bottle of vodka.
I love that fucking
I love that
bit.
video.
Okay. I'm so sorry for your editing.
No, I love this.
No, nothing's
Do you need
getting
Adderall?
Nothing's
Yeah.
getting cut.
Nothing's gonna get cut. So I call an Uber from his house to my house to LA. I'm obviously still drunk. I get to the airport and I'm at TSA and I'm taking out my laptop and they go, "Ma'am, can you take out your laptop?" And I said, "I took out my laptop." And they say, "No, your other laptop." And I say, "What do you mean my other laptop?" And in that moment she looks and she goes, "That's not your laptop, is it?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she pulls out a second laptop. And I said, "No, I had stolen his laptop.
No. Oh, no.
I had taken his laptop and
don't
took
think I
it
have heard
and
this.
took it to California." So I'm like, mind you, him and I, like, it's 6 a.m. I did not know this, man. It's 6 a.m. I am flying to California from New York.
Like,
And
got a jet.
he's not up. And I'm like, I don't want to leave the laptop with her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to leave the laptop with the TSA. Like, I think I need to take it with me for safekeeping. So I take it with me and I text him like, "Hey." So funny. And I get to LA and like I open and he goes, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Wait, did you take my computer charger and phone charger too?"
Oh my God.
And I did. So here's the thing. I thought I was packing up. Like I was like packing up my
Yeah.
stuff up. I thought I was packing my laptop because I was still my laptop
still a
and
little
charger
drunk.
and phone
It's like
charger. Thank
5
God
in
I
the
didn't take his
morning.
phone. But I had my phone, so that's why I didn't, because I was like, "Oh, I have my
Right.
phone."
Oh.
And I had to ship it back.
Oh my God.
I shipped it overnight. Bless you. I
Oh
shipped
my
it
God.
I overnighted it back to him. It cost me more than the flight. And then we never spoke again. And one of the reasons I've also been so scared to tell the story online is because I've never ran into him. I've never ran into him in my life, and I never want to.
Yeah.
So please don't reach out.
Oh my
my
God.
God, if-
Taking the laptop is crazy.
Yeah, so
I
You
know.
feel
I
like
try
you
to
had
think
a bad
about,
date.
What I would do, like if I went on a date with a man and he accidentally took my laptop, I would have oh my God, I would be like a shell of a person. I'd be freaking out. My life is on my laptop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody you go on one date with being like, "Hi, I accidentally stole your laptop."
And I'm
You know that's you
Like,
know he's telling
leaving
that
the
story.
state.
Lose my yeah, like, oh, this random girl. I took her
Great
home.
story
she
for
stole my
him.
laptop.
Great story for him.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'd just be because like Monday through Friday, like if I don't
Thank
have my
God you're a
laptop,
good
I
person.
can't work. Like I would have to call out of work. Like I'd be so
Yeah.
fucked.
No,
like,
exactly. Like obviously, well, I'll say this: if anyone ever accidentally steals my laptop, I would appreciate it if you overnighted it to me.
Yeah,
you
you
should
gotta
absolutely overnight it to me.
No.
If
Oh
you-
my God.
But then the
that's
anxiety of knowing
Everyone
your
knows that
laptop.
rule. You take a laptop after a one night stand.
Yeah,
You overnight it.
Overnight it back.
It's the right thing to do.
Right. As
Common
we're
courtesy.
adults here.
But the anxiety of knowing too that it's like in the mail, like my
Oh, yeah.
laptop, like
No,
the
I
whole thing
know.
would just, I would have a.
How
mental
did you
breakdown.
Did you wrap it up like really nicely? What did you do to like?
I went to UPS and I
They-
had them ship it. What-
You were just like, I have this
probably did
laptop.
it,
Yeah, they
yeah.
probably did like some
Yeah,
secure.
yeah. No, it cost almost $400 to ship this thing. I deserve I deserved it.
That's
Yeah.
absurd, though.
yeah. Well, because
I mean, across the
'cause
country overnight, it's also
Yeah.
fragile.
Yeah, like I think I bought like insurance on it. Like I did the whole nine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, on something like that, I feel like you got to get insurance
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
That's like somebody
Gotta
else's
get
livelihood,
She's like,
bitch,
like
yeah.
at your like.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What about the story? Didn't some guy like? If this is too recent, it's okay. But like the puker.
Oh,
I like this one.
Oh no, the guy who this is, I think he'll see this and he'll be fine with me telling the story. I
Okay.
think.
Oh God, what is this?
So this guy that I've known for a long time. I've known him for a long time.
Right.
And,
Okay.
and I make that point just to because whenever I tell this story, people will often be like, "Why did you let him in your house?" Whatever, and I'm like, because I did trust him because like I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to say how I know him, but like I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot together, like and
Okay.
and we used to hook up like a while ago, and he had been reaching out to me to like go out again for a while last year, and like I kept kind of dodging him, but then he like caught me at the right time, and I was like, okay, can you meet now? Like I was like out, I was like, yeah, can you meet in 30 minutes? And he goes, yeah. So we go out, we meet for 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm telling you the story, but we go out, we meet
Love
for 30,
you.
we meet for 30 minutes, and we get drunk, but he was like already drunk, And then I'm kind of like, I know I'm not going to hook up with him just because like that's not what I was feeling in that moment. And then he's like, can I go back to your place? And I was like, listen, let's call him Jack. I was like, Jack, you can come back, but like, I'm not hooking up with you. I had like to finish something for a shoot the next day. I was like, I'm going to be like working for a second, like, but sure, come back. Right. Cause I also like, I unfortunately, I really like, I am like a nester. Like I like to like hang out with the guy. Like I like to hang out. So I'm always going to like
Quality time.
go back.
love
I'm not
to
going to
hang
sleep.
out.
No, I love to hang out.
I'm a massive like go home with you, but don't sleep with you person.
Oh wow.
Cause I'm always like, I'll do a sleepover. We'll watch a movie.
Yeah.
We said the opposite in a recent episode. I
that?
go, if I'm going to
coming
your
over, I'm
apartment,
fucking.
what else are we doing? Baking cookies? We're fucking.
I want to bake cookies.
Yeah, actually, and you know what? I'm gonna start baking cookies.
Funny enough,
now.
wait.
100%.
Put a pin in that because I have. Well, one time I literally was talking to this guy, and I kept talking to him about garlic rolls, and my favorite food on the planet is Williamsburg pizza garlic rolls. They're the best garlic rolls ever.
Period.
And so I kept talking to him about garlic rolls, and so one night he was like, I'm going home. Do you want to come over? And I said, oh no. And I could tell he wanted me to come over. So I said, we should get garlic rolls when you're done. And he said, that's a great idea. I'll be home soon. And so I was like, okay, cool. I said, okay, cool.
Like,
I'm
garlic
gonna
rolls?
come
Wait,
over
you said
soon.
you got
Wait.
Williamsburg pizza garlic
Yes.
rolls?
So
Where's it's just
There's
called
we could go right after this. There's one right there. There's
Oh,
one right
it's
down the
not
street.
in Williamsburg?
No, there's one in Williamsburg and there's one Lower East Side and there's one close to here. Not to
Garlic rolls.
yeah. Wait, they're my
Okay.
favorite thing ever.
Noted.
They're $1.50. I get them often. All right. So actually, every man I've ever dated has a story with me about garlic rolls.
Yeah, that checks out.
My ex
Yeah.
asked me to be his girlfriend by getting down on one knee and opening a thing with garlic rolls in it. I know. So weird I can't get it over him.
So weird that he still comes up.
So strange.
So weird.
I'm not dating anyone else right now. Weird. So me and this guy meet up to get garlic rolls.
Yes.
And I am going over to his house. It's, mind you, 11 p.m. And I'm like, just so you know, like I'm being serious. Like I am expecting garlic rolls. Like, cause you know, you do that thing like, oh, let's do this. Like as a fun little-
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
You don't
I
actually.
know I'm not sleeping with him. I'm just going
Like,
over.
I'm kind of
to
coming over for
cuddle
the garlic
and have garlic
rolls.
rolls.
Yeah.
And then that's what I did.
Fabulous.
Well, we didn't sleep together. We cuddled and got garlic
Okay, wait.
rolls.
Back to the puker.
Back to the puker.
How does this relate?
So puker.
She's getting there.
So I come back. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep. This man goes into my fridge, which I had a roommate, and takes her champagne and starts drinking the champagne. And I'm like, this is not good. And my roommate has good taste. So this was good champagne.
champagne.
And he's drinking her champagne. He's whatever. And I'm just doing my work. And something important to note is that I have 2 rugs in this apartment. 2. Most of the apartment is not rug. Actually, if you were going to, let's say, throw up on the rug, you would have to try to throw up on a rug because there is so little rug.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and in my room, all of a sudden I hear, ugh, and he's throwing up on my rug, which, again, let's circle back to not a lot of rug. So it's so easy to not throw up on the rug. He's throwing up on the rug.
Of
Throwing up
course.
on the rug.
Oh my
And I'm like,
God.
I'm very good at dealing with chaos when it occurs, like so because it happens so much. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So he's doing that, whatever.
You're like sick. This is perfect.
right,
perf.
sick. I wait for him to finish his job, and then I clean it up, and then I put the rug outside, and then whatever, and then I'm like, I'm going to bed. Do whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
This is this is where it comes in, where like
Oh,
someone
I'm
was like, why
excited.
didn't
I'm
you send
so
him home to
seated.
like an Uber? And I'm like, well, because I knew him, like I trust him, and I also don't want to send him home. Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, I know he's not gonna like rob me, like, or I know he's not gonna do something crazy, like take my laptop to California, you know?
Right.
That would be insane. And so I wake up and I can tell he's like in the living room. I can tell he's still there, and I just hear a sound, and I'm like, oh no. Now I say my roommate had good taste, excellent taste. A nice rug, a nice white rug, a beautiful, expensive white rug.
Oh no.
To the point where when she bought this rug, she said, hey, I'm like, are you okay if I purchase this rug? Because I know it's a big deal that we're going to have this rug because it's a white, nice rug. And I said, yes, of course I'm okay. And then I proceeded to never use the living room.
Yeah,
You know?
because it makes you nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man throws up on the rug.
Oh.
On the second rug. On the
second
expensive rug. Yeah. And then I asked him to go get baking soda to clean up the rug. And he leaves the apartment to go get it.
Doesn't come back.
Comes back.
Oh.
Goes, they didn't have it. I said we're New York City. Who didn't have it? Who didn't have baking soda? What do you mean they didn't have baking soda?
Yeah, because the
Go
place next door will.
anywhere.
Yeah, like why?
I would
Try
be
harder. Try
scrambling
harder.
to go anywhere
Yeah.
to get this fucking baking soda.
And then so then I like when I did like a shoot I had to do, and I'm walking home on the phone telling this story just like I just did, and I walked directly into him and his friends, and he goes, "Are you talking about me?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Obviously.
He paid for it, the rug.
Oh, good.
He paid a lot of money for the rugs, poor guy. And like he's like, I consider him my friend, so I'm sorry.
Because it's worse when it's your roommate stuff than
Yeah.
your own. When it's your own, it's like whatever.
Dude.
But like,
Yeah.
it's so like disrespectful and like uncomfortable.
I felt so bad. And
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
Especially because your roommate, like you guys were cool and stuff, but she wasn't like one of your best friends
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. So
Exactly.
that's also more awkward.
No,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think I like saw you
my
like within days of
God.
that happening, and it was fresh, and you told me, and I was like dying. I was
Yeah.
like,
This is why you don't give the guy in your DMs a chance.
Not one, but two.
was that
rugs.
the night
kidding.
out
Love
that you were
you.
at that bar in
Aw.
Williamsburg that like it looks like a campsite? Do you know that bar? What's it called?
In Williamsburg?
The one that has all those different
Oh
rooms.
yeah. Oh my God. Wait, dead letter number 9. Have you guys not been yet?
No, I have
We have
never
to go!
been.
Wait,
We
what?
have to
It's
go.
The
Oh my God.
craziest
What
place.
is the name of this place?
Dead letter number 9.
Dead
This
letter?
bar.
Look it up.
I've been like starting to look at the camera. Is that bad?
No,
not at
some
all.
episodes I look at it the whole time, and other episodes I forget it's there. So
Dead letter number
okay.
9. Actually, we do show and tell at work.
Wait,
where, like,
what the fuck? How have I never seen this place
This is my
before?
favorite bar in New York,
It's-
and I met a guy there, and we had a great little week romance.
Wait, it's literally on. It's right next to that fucking coffee shop. Wait,
Yes.
how have I never
I don't
seen this
know,
place?
Christina.
Has it been around for a minute?
Like
or?
a year.
yeah, it's been around for a little bit now.
So this bar has multiple rooms. They have a camping room with a car in it or a van in it, and like seats all around. Like
Yeah.
that you're outside, like you're in a
Like
camper
it
van.
almost looks like a set.
Yeah,
Like-
like literally, and they do it. Like, it is a set. They have a
Yeah.
front porch room which has like a guitar in it, and like it feels like you're in a front porch. You can hear the
But
crickets.
didn't you have like a really weird night there?
Well, I met a guy there.
yeah,
I met a guy there, and then the next night we met there again, and we had like and it was so fun, and I had a great like 2-week summer romance with this guy.
Love,
Yeah.
love that.
Oh yeah, I
And
see.
and,
I just look
and
him
I
up on Instagram.
attribute
It
to
says you
meeting
follow
him
them.
there because the way that this bar is set up, it's like really conducive to meeting people because
Okay, I love
everyone is
that.
like, what's going on, right?
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
love a place like it's the bar is peacocking, so. There's so much to talk about, and then
Yeah.
everything's very communal. So like the front porch room, there's like letters you can read. Everyone sits like kind of like this, like in a conversation pit.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So
Wait,
people
yeah,
are
I'm
meeting
looking
each
at
other.
the photos of it. This place looks so
It is the
cool.
best bar in New York City.
I gotta go because like I've been saying this in the last few episodes and just to my friends in general. Like I feel like when I go out on like Friday nights or like with my friends and whatever, I'm there to like hang out with my friends and be present. I'm never like bopping around the bar looking for dudes.
Yeah.
Like it's just not my style. And then like with all other things in my life, like workout classes, like whatever, I'm just like, there's not a lot of ways to like meet people
people.
other than like going to bar. But like I feel like I need to go to bars like this.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
a little more encouraged. Like I always feel like I meet a guy at like a birthday party because it's like an organic
mutual.
way to like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like your mutuals
Friend
and
of
like
a
whatever.
friend
or-
Yeah.
yeah.
So like a bar like that sounds
Yeah.
I was just talking about this to my friends yesterday.
it's hard to like
Yeah.
you want to do the organic route, like not Hinge, like whatever, but then it's weird because like I go out with my friends and I end up just like being present and talking to them all night and like I don't know, like guys don't approach you as much at bars anymore. Like all the girlies are kind of saying that because like they
Yeah.
don't want to be creepy and weird. Like that's a whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah, the
but I
girls
think
are approaching.
guys should know. It's like I think if you just do eye contact,
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
should approach you. I try to do that.
That's
Just like-
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually there was like a clip from G&T. It must have been like early season 2 or even season 1, and it's us talking about dating, and it's a clip of you literally saying all you need to do is when you're at a bar, just sit, stare at a guy, and then
Yeah.
just wait, and they
Yeah.
will eventually come up to you.
Yeah.
Just give them an
But
eye.
then sometimes we end up, I just like make eyes at the guy the whole night and he does because they're pussies these
Yeah.
days.
I've been approached a good amount. I've said, but not by people. But then I never text them back.
I think it's where I'm going out too. Like I'm just going to like such like
George
George
and
Jacks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
Love a George and Jackson.
Oh my God, Nolita Dirtbag on the day of my Valentine's Day party that was at Twins Lounge. Did you see their post?
Yes, I did. I thought of you. I thought of you.
That was crazy.
That's hilarious.
I had a Valentine's Day party last week on Thursday night, and Nolita Dirtbag is this like Instagram page. If you live in New York, you know it. They just make fun of like local New York people and places and whatever. And they posted a picture of the bar that I had it at and was like, horniest motherfuckers in New York will be here tonight at 11 p.m.
I saw that, and like there was a second where I had that thought where I was like, wait, is this Lily's Instagram?
Yeah. Is this an ad for Lily's party?
It's so funny.
And guess
You do,
what?
like a paid
Everyone was
promotion.
horny and everyone
The
was
amount of
there.
times there's stuff on there that is exactly like things I've said or done.
Yeah. Yes.
I love
It
a
always
page
feels
like
really
that.
personal.
It feels really personal.
Oh my god, I love pages like that. Like Dude with Sign also. Nolita Dirtbag is like a little bit more like bigger, but Dude with Sign always posts like stupid ass like New York
I would
shit
say
too.
Dude with Side is bigger.
Yeah.
No, he's
huge
big.
as
No,
well.
he's bigger. I'm saying Nolita Dirtbag is a little bit more niche.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
Nolita
sure.
Dirtbag's
Yeah.
nerd.
Yeah,
That's why it's good. That's why it's
Niche.
good. I think that's why it's so good is because it's so niche.
It's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
so
100%.
hyper specific that you could be like, why is this exactly what I said the other day?
They've posted like Dylan and Cody and stuff like just like fully like posted them on that page. It's so funny.
I used to be very like the classic like friend that like you all have a friend that if like they're very confrontational and they think that means that they have like high self-respect, but in reality it just means they're super like insecure. So like I would do the thing where like if a guy didn't like me, I would make sure like I confronted them about it.
Yeah.
You know? So I used to do that. I don't do that anymore, to be clear.
Yeah.
And I'm very like, or like I would be fine with like asking a guy out first, or like I met one of my boyfriends I started talking to because we were like friends and we were taking a car home one day and he was like, all right, this was fun. And I said, yeah, it's been really fun pretending like I didn't want to fuck you all night. And then we started dating. And so like, that's how I kind of met a lot of people or like that. But like, or like drunk call, whatever. So like, I am very proud to say like, I do not drunk text. I do not drunk call. I do
don't
not
either. I never
Yeah,
have.
me neither.
Oh, I did.
I don't know why yet. I do a lot of other things.
That's good.
I sober text.
Yeah.
I don't need to drunk text.
Yeah, no. So I realized like I used to like drunk text like being upset with them, but now I like whenever I found myself hangover calling and like asking like, oh, I hungover called someone one time that I hadn't talked to in a while and asked them for business advice. So that's my like this is a conversation that like I'll be on a run having a nice day, having a great day, and then I remember and I'm like
Yeah.
faster. Like I literally like forced, like I was just so hungover and I was so desperate for intimacy, and I forced this man, it's like a guy I used to talk to, forced this man to stay on the phone with me and give me business advice.
That's tough, Emily.
Yeah, I haven't talked. Yeah, it was bad.
Sunday Scary's
It was
business
bad.
advice goes crazy.
Sunday
Yeah.
Scary's business advice.
Yeah,
He did
that
give,
is so funny.
He gave good advice.
What the fuck was his business advice?
It doesn't matter.
That part doesn't matter.
The details don't matter.
You know what? It's all about, I always say with dating, it's all about not repeating a mistake. Like
Right,
I made
that
a
was
lot
a
of
new one.
mistakes
Yeah.
last year, but each guy I talk to now, it gets better and better because I'm not making the same mistakes.
That was a new one,
Totally.
and I hadn't done anything like that in like years.
Yeah, you gotta
was a-
slip up every once in a while.
Right.
I kind of realized that just always will happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I love, like I always reach out first and then I'm like, why did I do that? Like that's like my downfall. I know. Like I don't always make the first move or ask a guy out first, but I have no problem like texting, and then I'm like, I always feel so stupid after. Like when I, like for example on Hinge the other day, this guy that I went on one date with in the fall, he ended up ghosting me. We had a weird like falling out situation. He came up as my most compatible on Hinge. Like I see that and immediately, like anyone else would like be like, oh, X, like he ghosted me and he's weird. I immediately go, haha, not this, like not you being my most compatible on Hinge.
Oh yeah.
Why did I do that? Like he never, hey, don't worry, he never answered.
No.
Like what the fuck? Like, but I still do stuff like that all the time. And then I'm always like, why did I do that? So I don't need a drunk text. I do that shit sober.
My
It was
core,
funny.
like my
Weird.
true self does
find it
that.
funny.
And so like I've worked very hard to not do that. And so sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I slip up. Like,
But like sometimes it's just like funny. Like I was just being like, not this. Like this is funny. Like we had a weird falling out, and now you're my most like that's funny. Laugh.
Yeah.
Like what, he didn't answer.
that's funny. Laugh.
It's fucking funny.
It's
Get a sense
fucking
of humor.
Funny. I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. He's
No,
weird.
it is funny.
Yeah, it is.
And there are some guys that would be like, haha, right back to you.
right.
And not like ask you out, but
And
he
I
sucks. Thank
it
God
was
he's
very
not.
clear that I wasn't like trying to like rekindle it. Like I was just saying like haha, this is funny.
Yeah.
And he was probably like, what the fuck? This girl's a freak.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah, it's really nice to just like I feel like I've had all the dating experiences I need to have. So now it's just kind of like,
yeah. And I definitely
Like,
like
I've
just
lived it all.
yeah, I keep my guard up a lot more now. Like I'm not impressed till I'm like 5 dates in. I keep saying that, like, but it's true.
that's why I really do need to be dating more, because I like just was talking to someone for the longest I have since my ex, which is like not for the longest, but like I would say I was talking for someone the most like consistently and like this most serious
Yeah.
in like 2 years. And I already, even though like it wasn't that much, like learned so much
Yeah.
about me and dating, and I was like, oh, I need to be dating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just so helpful.
No, I always say that you always learn something new from, whether it's a situationship, somebody you went on a date once, you dated for a year,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. You always learn
You
something
really
that you like
do.
and then something that you don't like, and then you just kind of like take that into account with the next person you date.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like literally forcing myself to go on a Hinge date tonight, because it's
Oh,
been
yeah.
a while. And I was like, the longer I go, the more I get too comfortable being alone, I
Yeah.
think, too.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I need to go.
fun.
And
It's
put the
literally
lip gloss
just-
on.
It's just
and
networking.
that-
It's literally
be
just
hot.
networking.
That's
Yeah.
really true though, when they say like people like once you stop the cycle of being in relationships, it's really hard to get back in. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like once you go like a year single,
Like truly single, which
Yeah.
both of us
Yeah.
have done. It is weird.
and we both were like dating a lot
like
before.
consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I can't, it's going to be hard for me to go back into it. And
because now it's
really-
like you were revolving. Well, not that you were revolving your schedule around another person.
oh, I was
but
revolving my life,
Yeah, well, that person in particular.
my
maybe.
schedule, my life, my
yeah,
work,
and
my
then
money.
and then you got out of that and you learned how to be with yourself and
You
revolve your
completely
schedule around
rewire.
you. And now it's like, wait a minute, now I'm so used to this, like I don't want to have to like make
Yeah.
room for
But
somebody
it's good.
else.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'll have like a middle ground. Like I feel like if I got a boyfriend now, I'd probably like see him like twice a week and like keep like a good, because I used to be like all in,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like seeing
Same.
them way too. Like I feel like I would have a very good balance of like
Yeah.
just seeing them a bit and then being like, okay, I need to do my own thing. Like go away.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I think it's good. Like but
it's
we'll
literally
see.
what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Lily knows.
Well,
I
you
kind
weren't.
of. I wasn't exactly.
Yeah, I yelled.
the
I had to
last,
yell at
like,
her the
Yeah,
other
like the
day.
last like a week, honestly, like will not lie. Me and Pumpkin were
2
like
weeks, 3 weeks,
2 weeks,
maybe.
2 weeks, please.
Playing
the,
house.
the 6 to 7 days in a row shit
Yeah.
was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the past like week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
Oh
so
yeah,
fun,
we were
though.
pretty. It was fun while it lasted until
Yeah.
it wasn't, which was like a few days ago. Me
and
him
it didn't
just kind of,
bother
like,
any of us either. And then like on Friday.
Yeah,
after the party, like it just came up, and I was
Yeah.
like, Christina, as your friend, and like from what
Yeah.
other people are observing, like
like.
I was
chill.
like, I was letting you rock and have that honeymoon phase, and like that, it totally was fine while it was happening.
Yeah.
But I was like, now, like if
But-
you keep doing that,
No,
It's
yeah,
not a good way
it's
to
not
start
gonna
a
be sustainable.
relationship.
But
Yeah.
it's funny because even before we had that conversation, literally when we were like on our way to Lily's party, we were like on the subway about to like pull up to Twins, and we had a conversation that was literally like, "Hey, love spending time with you. This has got to like, we've got to slow down.
Yeah.
Like we keep seeing each other like too much. Like it's like a little unsustainable.
Yeah.
Like I started to feel like I need like."
and you don't want to build a
I need
relationship.
some
on
space,
it.
like,
No,
you know,
no.
whatever. So then
'Cause
we
you
were
and
like,
your ex, you had such good boundaries there with like, and obviously
Yeah.
that was different because you're like more into your new guy.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But
It
like,
was like
happy
I
medium.
felt like I felt like with the last one it was like too much space. With this one right now it was like not enough, but we're figuring it out. But
Yeah.
regardless, we were like, okay, after Valentine's Day, like let's just like chill. And I'm like, honestly, thank God I needed like yesterday night for like me, today for me, and then like
Yes.
you know, this week, and just get back to like a more regular, like you said, that 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah,
is, like,
I
where
think
my
that's like the sweet
lies.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. Now I'm like, I have to see a man once a week, and I'm like, fuck, for a date. I'm like, ugh. You know what I like to do for a first date though? Make it close to my apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's the problem with moving to the city.
really. They're all in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like all the date.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've only dated one person since moving to the city. So
Yeah, no, yeah.
And
Most
they
of the
lived
date
in
nights
Brooklyn.
are in Williamsburg and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But I do like for a first date, especially if it's especially a Hinge date, like a guy that I don't already have a crush on that I'm like, he could suck, who knows?
Yeah.
It needs to be close to my apartment. I'm not like wasting a whole fucking evening.
That's like when I was going on like all those streaks of first dates at Fresh Kills. I was like,
she went to Fresh Kills like 4 times in 2 weeks.
4 times literally in like 2
4 different
weeks
guys.
on 4 first dates.
Oh my god!
Like it was so funny, but it was
Did
so
they recognize
convenient
you?
because I probably I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But like probably fucking did, but it was so nice because it was like literally like a 10-15 minute walk from my apartment at the time. So it was like I go, I have a little drink, like go on this date, and then I would either just go on a nice little 10-minute walk home after, like 5-minute Uber, not even. Like it was great because it's like, all right, I'm not fucking crossing the bridge for a first date.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I crossed the bridge for a first date.
I did.
I didn't. Our first date was in the city.
With the guy I'm currently seeing, I crossed the bridge.
No, I was texting this guy yesterday. I go, I'm gonna need you to cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Because
there's one thing about
baby,
me.
I'm gonna
need you to cross that bridge.
Yeah.
I'm not crossing that
if you want to
bridge.
get with me, that's why I also like. I already am such a sleepover, but like if I'm going to Brooklyn for a date, I'm sleeping over.
I'm sleeping in Brooklyn.
I'm sleeping in
Right.
Brooklyn. I'm not. Yeah, I'm sleeping over.
It's so funny too because like getting over the bridge will literally take you 10 seconds. Like it's like fine, but it's
no
the concept.
Not me.
The concept
not
of crossing.
Well, it depends
the
where you
bridge.
are.
Not where I
though.
live. I don't want to say where I live, but I do
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
live.
I guess
This area
my
is-
place is not conducive to getting to
Oh,
Williamsburg.
getting
Jesus.
here is so
How do you guys
annoying,
get here? I've
Emily.
been wondering that.
I usually like will walk to the L and walk all the way from First.
Oh, wow.
Or
Uber?
it's actually so annoying. Or today we Ubered.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
It's so
actually.
annoying.
I usually today we Ubered. I usually take the L to the F to the BD, which is like 3 transfers. But when you like transfer for the F, like you get off at West 4th Street for the transfer to the BD, and it's literally right across the platform. It's like barely a transfer, so it really doesn't feel like much. But still,
I've done that.
it's still like kind of fucking annoying. Whereas my South Williamsburg apartment, I was able to just take the J directly across the J or the M, and then just get off, and then I would just be like here.
In the summer, I'm gonna be on a bike the entire time.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, are you my city bike
Oh, yeah.
membership
Oh,
during
yeah.
the summer times activated?
Oh, yeah.
Like I
Activated.
activated.
Oh, yeah.
Love a city bike membership.
Period.
It has
City
like
bike
changed
moment.
for so much friendships because like I used to live in Brooklyn, now I live in Manhattan, and like
changing lives.
It's
Really
it's
is.
changed everyone's life. But like I'm such a like I need to see a friend like every day.
Yeah.
And so like I am a big like let's go for a walk
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And so I've had to find new let's go for a walk people. One of them is my
Love.
old situationship, and we don't hook up anymore, but we get coffee.
Love
So
that.
I think I'm getting coffee with him.
I'll
after
come here
this.
on the weekends and go for a walk with you because
Yeah.
that's like my ideal hangout is just walky, little
Walk
coffee.
up
Yeah,
coffee.
chill
It's the
stuff.
best. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love a coffee date. We'll
Yeah.
never say no to a coffee date.
Because it could turn into like a 6-hour hangout if it's like
Yeah.
the vibe, or it could just be like an
it
hour
could
and a
be
half.
just
quick.
like a cute
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
your social interaction in for the day.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
you're on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
why I get seasonal depression so bad
Oh,
because
God.
it's like
Oh my God,
it's
yeah.
This
January
one's
was
this one's
rough.
worse than the rest.
It was the worst I've had. I wasn't like sad or anything. I keep telling people this. I'm repeating myself. I know, but I didn't feel like actually depressed or sad. It was just like weird vibes, like all of January. It was
Yeah,
just
it's
like
just
I
like
didn't
not-
want to do
Interesting.
anything.
You're just like not feeling like too like social. You know, when the
No.
weather's warmer, people get crazier. You want to go out and do a lot of shit.
Yeah,
It's
especially
like-
in New York, like because you just have to walk everywhere. It's so different than having a car.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like all I've been doing is like working out after work and then going home, and that's
yeah,
it.
but
like
you seem like you've been doing great at that. That's good.
oh yeah, we've been grinding. I'm getting that summer blood.
Summer
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Summer blood.
Gonna get those boys to
Totally.
cross that bridge.
Right, cross that bridge for
Cross
me.
that bridge.
Cross the border, quite frankly. Like I got a man from London coming back. Like cross the border,
yeah.
babe.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
come on, get that visa.
No, I need more more abroad men.
Yeah, more.
Not abroad,
now,
but more.
now.
I love having a long distance situationship.
I'm
It is a real
obsessed.
love of mine.
I'm gonna be like in Italy. I'm gonna like meet a guy and then be like, you guys are gonna get a FaceTime call from me at like 4 a.m. and like,
You're like, what do you think of him?
You're like, what do you think?
Yeah. I'm like,
I
he'll
met
do.
this guy. He's great. Here. Like,
Well, when I went to London last summer to visit him, that's what I need. I need to be doing more of that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love going on a trip with a guy that you're like not dating. Like that's hilarious.
Wait, so I've never gone on a trip with a guy I've not dated. I just like find them on trips.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I-
that's
but
me
then I've
too.
I would
continued
fully
the, I've
go on a
continued the
trip.
travel with them. Like we've then booked hotels together
Yes.
from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of more so what happened. But like, I would literally like
life's
go
about,
on
baby.
a trip with a man that I went on like 2 dates with. Like I'm
I
having
would.
fun.
I probably would
Easy.
too.
Be hilarious.
I absolutely would. If a man literally, that's also my issue is like whenever I meet a man that doesn't live here, I'm like, I'll fly to you, and they never ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was joking
like-
with Surfer Boy about literally going to Hawaii with him at one point, and like it was a bit kind of, but I was like, I'm so serious.
Yeah.
Like,
But then it's just like I get a little trip out of it. Like it's just like I don't know, it's fun.
it's
just
fun,
so
and like
fun.
you're gonna
fun.
pay for most things,
right
This
because I
feels
am your
so right.
guest.
Also,
like
vacation romance is one of life's greatest joys.
It's
You don't
because
even
like
understand.
there's nothing else like it because you jump into like a deeper relationship than you would if you were in your real life because you know
Obviously.
it's ending soon.
Yeah.
100 P.
yeah.
And then you likely never speak again.
Are you
Ever
kidding?
again.
I will
They just
never
like your
forget
stories till you die.
Till you
No.
fucking die.
My fucking Italian husband in Positano, I will never forget. Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit now, but I will never forget. We met on a dance floor one day, locked eyes, just started dancing with each other, and then we were like in love.
Like, this
for,
would never happen in New York.
We were literally in love for like 6 days, and then we like messaged on WhatsApp for maybe like 2 or 3 days after I left, and then we just never spoke again until the next year I went there, and I saw him again. We were in love again for like 4 days, left, never spoke again.
Hit on her
And then
friend.
hit on my friend.
Classic.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, and then he ended up just being like weird in the end. But like that was the beauty of it. Like, yeah, you know, you could be a weirdo now. Like I'm not there. Like I know this will never be a thing.
Yeah.
Like it was like when I'm in town, like I'm your wife. When I'm not in town, I'm nothing to you, and you're nothing to me. And that's exactly how it should be.
And that's how it should be.
That's how I want it to be. Okay, toxic confession. Lock in.
Locking in.
Okay. Lock in.
in.
All right. Girly Pop messaged us and said, toxic confession. I showed up to my ex's apartment, and she said at the time it was like her situationship / boyfriend. Pick one or the other, girl. Was it your boyfriend or was it your situationship?
Right.
Whatever. Anyways, I showed up to my ex's apartment unannounced because I had a key, and I opened the door quietly, snuck in his room, and before climbing in his bed, I went through his phone to find out that he had fallen asleep texting this woman I had no idea about. I woke him up asking tons of questions, so before he would show me the text, he said he had to take a dump and took his phone into the bathroom. This man deleted all the messages and called me crazy. I still slept with him on and off after this. And then she said, don't worry, I finally cut him off now.
Crazy move to know that she just went through your phone and then you're going to delete.
You're going to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom, say, I need to take a shit, and delete everything when you know she already saw it.
I mean, I've almost done that before.
Yeah. I mean, you've rewarded the behavior by continuing to sleep with him.
Yeah, she's like, slept with him on and off
Yeah,
after
that
that.
is
But then she
crazy.
ended up saying, don't worry, I cut him off now. So we're proud of you, girl.
Yeah, that's great.
But
That's
maybe,
unreal.
Yeah, maybe don't like do that again.
Yeah, maybe don't.
Also, going in his apartment like in the middle of the night. She
Yeah.
said she had a key, but still. She also, she did also say that she did not live close to him. She lived like 40 minutes away from him.
Hello.
And she said I snuck into his room and went through his phone before getting in the bed.
Jesus.
It's something that I would have done in my past for sure.
Yeah, but I also
Crazy girl
don't go
moment.
through phones until we're at least a year in and I have a fucking reason.
I don't think I've ever gone through a phone.
I have, yeah, I have
gone through a
never-
journal.
Oh, that's worse.
That's crazy. A journal
He was
so
writing
sweet.
about his ex. It wasn't any of my recent relationships, if anyone's watching.
Yeah,
But,
I would.
Wow.
He said, I would never love Emily the way I love her. I mean, I will never love Emily the way I loved her.
Oh my God.
I stayed with him for a little bit after that.
Yeah.
This is a long time
long
ago.
Would put.
Long
Oh my
time
god,
ago.
my
That's
heart just sank
crazy.
to my ass for you. That's
I
like,
definitely have
I
gone
would've
through
been throwing up.
phones. My first my first serious boyfriend here in New York, I did go through his phone like probably like 2 years into dating, like the last like year of our relationship, and that was stupid. Like I had no reason not to trust him.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But then my more recent ex, he did cheat on me like 50 times. So like
Yeah.
that
fair.
checked out. But yeah, like I would never though like go through a guy's phone who I just started dating. Like
Yeah.
like it's only if I know I'm gonna find something.
Right.
yeah.
Like-
I think. Well, my
But even now, I'm too tired.
4-year relationship.
Tired.
Do
Yeah.
you, boy.
My
Yeah.
man. Yeah, my longest relationship, like my ex of like 4 years, I never went through his phone, but at the very end of the 4 years when I had a sneaking suspicion, his phone was like connected to his iPad, and I went through his iPad, and that's how I
Yeah.
like found everything out. We talked
my
about that
God.
on like season 1 of the
Oh
show.
yeah, no. For me, it was
But-
the Apple Watch.
Yeah. Yeah, for you it was the Apple Watch.
And I
For
did
me, it
throw
was
it.
the
In,
iPad.
I did throw it in the Hudson.
Oh yeah, we have a video of Lily throwing his old Apple Watch in the Hudson.
He, for so long, he was like, "How do you know everything?" And I was like, I've had your Apple Watch for 6 months.
He didn't know that he didn't know he lost his Apple Watch.
He like, well, we kind of like lived together.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the last 2 months of our relationship, I knew he was up to no good.
Yeah.
And he like never used it. I would charge him when he was like at work, and I would watch, and then he would delete like individual texts and like
Yeah,
things
but you
coming
would still
through.
see them coming through.
And he'd be like, "How do you know?" But I would have to like be so careful about how I like went about asking him things. 'Cause
I would just be like, I just know. Like, I'm clairvoyant.
I also
got a
think,
feeling.
like,
Yeah.
I really think, like, here's the thing. If I was cheating and someone went through my phone and found everything out, it's, like, fair.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
like,
fair.
totally. Like, if that happens, I guess I'm giving advice to cheaters. If you're cheating and someone and your girlfriend goes through, or your boyfriend goes through your phone,
Accept it.
like, be
Let
like,
it rock.
Yeah,
Put your hands
totally.
up, own it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, you caused them to look through the phone, and they were right. Like, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
that.
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Right.
reaction is worse than the action
Yeah.
to me.
Then being
In a way,
like, oh
not
my
really, but like
God,
in a way. It's just like, what do you mean? What you're
The
gaslighting
argument of,
them
like-
on top of that?
Right.
the argument of
right.
like the invasion of privacy becomes irrelevant.
Because
Fully
there's always a
irrelevant.
reason you went through it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like I turned that Apple Watch on when I started getting verbally abused every day.
No, exactly.
Like,
That's
I
like
was like, something's not right here.
Something's off here.
Yeah.
4-year relationship, and at the end I knew something was up, and that was
Yeah.
the first and only time I ever went through his shit, and I was right. And then I actually don't think I've been through, shockingly enough, I've been through none of my ex's phones. Like, I don't really like believe in that, like, right, unless
Yeah.
you have like this like crazy sneaky suspicion.
Clairvoyant.
I never
But I'm
want to.
just
I
like-
never want to do it again.
Yeah, I never want to do
Yeah.
it. Shockingly, I didn't even go through Boy's phone, which Boy was like my like super narcissistic, like horrible ex that I dated like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago maybe. But I never
Yeah.
even went through his phone.
Yeah.
Then again, that man slept like with his phone
No, yeah.
under his pillow, hand on it. Like there was like, and I mean, I always knew he was kind of cheating on me, and I didn't even need the phone to know because I got a
No,
Twitter
yeah.
DM. Like it was crazy. That was the first time.
Oh my
And then it
God.
was an Instagram DM the second time.
It was always too like towards the end of my relationships, like I'd feel so like crate, like I wasn't myself at all
Yeah.
either. Like I pushed myself in these relationships to the point of like insanity,
Yeah.
where I was doing things out of character. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was just in this manic craze, like where's this fucking Apple Watch?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I
don't-
need it.
No, I would react the same way. Like if
Yeah.
I was in that
Yeah.
situation, like,
Yeah.
for sure. And I think that's fine. Like go through it. If you feel like you're getting cheated on, go through a phone
Yeah.
because you're saving yourself time. The invasion of privacy, fuck that. Like they're cheating on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when
Again,
you
Talk
know,
about
you
invasion
know.
of privacy.
Yeah, literally.
You fucking especially if they're like sleeping with another person, like or something like that, like you know that gets to another level. Like invasion of privacy if they're like fucking somebody else while still dating you, and they want to claim invasion of privacy by you going through their phone or whatever. It's like invasion of privacy. You're fucking somebody else and then fucking me.
Yeah.
Like. I mean, that's another level of it, but still, then that whole invasion of privacy shit like goes out the door if there's actually something going on. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my ex, or like he did the thing where like in our first 6 months of dating, he was going through my phone, which that was really crazy.
yeah,
to
he was
me
going through your phone
because
yeah.
I was like, we're so happy. Like I'm obviously not, and he would find things that like weren't cheating. It would be like my ex replying to my story of my cat being
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
it was like our cat together, and he's like, oh, she's so cute. He's like, why the fuck is he still talking to you?
yeah.
I
yeah,
was
and you're like, cause
oh,
that's our
like yeah,
joint custody of our fucking
Yeah.
child.
or he'd
beanie.
find like just like stupid shit in like my friend group chats that he didn't like us calling someone hot or like whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like that's an invasion of privacy. Like you're
Yeah.
going through my texts with my friends. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss that one
Like any of us
bit.
do.
Like that's crazy to go through someone's phone like early in a relationship.
No, that's not good.
So
Get out.
crazy.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, on that note,
On that note,
Thanks for
Emily,
coming
yeah, thanks for coming on. Wait,
on.
tell them where they could find you. Any socials, anything you want to
Banana-
plug. It's your time.
Banana Bonani is my social on all platforms. Well, on Instagram and TikTok.
yes, have to follow her. She's so fucking funny.
It'll
you guys.
also be in the episode description, obviously.
So
That's where we always
funny.
put
Really
everything.
funny. Really hot. Witty.
So true.
I'm wise.
so wise.
I have good taste, good style,
Period.
and great taste in food. We're gonna get garlic rolls.
Garlic rolls.
Yeah.
They're called garlic knots, actually, apparently.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I say garlic
I say
knot.
garlic knots.
And whatever.
Fuck.
The taste doesn't change.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to go follow us at Gin Toxic Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, you can follow me at Beauty Chickie on all platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow Lily at Lily Stewart, 2 Y's on Instagram, 4 T's on TikTok, 2 T's on Twitter, or myhotredheadfriend.com.
True.
Wait, truly?
Dead ass.
Type it in.
I'm typing it
If
in.
you go to
Yeah.
myhotredheadfriend.com, it'll bring you to her Instagram.
Isn't that
Thank
good?
you, Christina, for being so genius and buying the domain.
You blew the mic.
I did blow the mic.
Oh.
No, I blew the
No,
mic.
it's fine.
I screamed into
It was worth it for the scream.
For that hot red head.
It's good
Redhead,
shit.
redhead.
I just
Rod-
got so
hot
hungry.
redhead.
Because on a
friend.
night out, she can just go up to a guy for me and just be like, hey, myhotredheadfriend.com.
Holy shit.
We're like
Yeah,
gonna make like a whole
I
marketing
know.
campaign out of it. It's been like, I'm gonna make a whole marketing
Yeah,
campaign
I'm
out of it.
like patiently waiting.
yeah,
on
she's
this.
waiting. I've just been waiting for like when I have.
I want like
an.
I want like a professional campaign.
No,
Like-
I am. I'm so serious. I
Emily,
bought that
right,
fucking website
you're the
for like
writer.
a penny. Like,
No, this is amazing.
like a whole wingman bit. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna get
don't worry, don't worry. I'm
embroidered
working
hats.
on it.
Embroidered
I'm
hats.
working on it.
Embroidered hats.
Right.
Embroidered
My
hats.
hot red
Embroider
hats.
some
Love some
fucking
yeah.
hats
Love a hat.
immediately.
No, 100% like a dad hat.
I'm so delirious. I'm so hungry. I'm like,
Get back into your
Oh.
making hobby.
I know.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.